I bought a 600,000 mile. Damaged interior, rotted suspension, neglected engine and drivetrain, Honda CRX SI. And today we're going to try to get this thing back on the road and go for a test drive. Last time we were able to paint the valve cover and replace the gasket. We also did a complete timing job, replaced the water pump, and we were able to repair one engine mount. So if you remember from the last episode, I was going to install this hose, and I noticed that the fan was in the way of the bottom hose down there. I did figure out that I need to remove this fan, but that means I need to remove the hose that I already installed, which is not a big deal. Once I do that hose, then I need to figure out where all of these go. I mean, I have no idea. I have limited experience with Civics, but I think I've seen this one before. This one for sure. It's the rest of these that I'm not really sure where they go. But we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and get this top hose out. Now let's pull this fan out. Let's go ahead and grab the hose from the bottom. Here's where a bunch of coolant started gushing out. Put my gloves on because, you know, it's never too late to put your gloves on. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these hoses installed, hopefully without breaking anything. And then we install the fan. So I tried to get these original clamps on like I did in the front, but they wouldn't fit over the pipe in there. So I decided to try and use the clamps that came with the hose kit, and this thing does not tighten down at all. It just broke. So I went and got some new clamps. So I'm gonna take this back off and then reinstall it with the new clamps. And I don't know if you noticed when I removed the air intake tube, it didn't have a clamp here at all either. So I'm just gonna clean this up and put a clamp on, and then it still did have the original clamp for here. So we'll see how tight that's holding on. If it's not too tight, then I'll just go ahead and replace that clamp also. So installing these hoses was pretty straightforward. Everything was going great. Until... So I got this cleaned up and reinstalled. You can see it still has the spring here. I installed the hose clamp here. But while I was doing this, I took this hose out. I took this hose out so I can clean a little bit in here. And I noticed this in the back. It's a little T adapter here that snapped. Now I don't know if it was snapped. If I snapped it, I looked at videos. I couldn't see if I did it or if it was already like that. But I'm gonna have to get that changed. So let's go ahead and start pulling these motor mounts. So I just got the passenger side motor mount out, and you see it has a few cracks in it. Not as bad as the driver side, but we're still gonna clean this up and fill it up and repair it. I did have an issue. As you can see, this bracket, this motor mount has a stud on one side, so you remove a nut from the bottom from here, and it's supposed to thread in somehow, but for some reason it just kept spinning. And I believe there's probably a nut that was welded at the bottom. I don't know what it was, but it just kept spinning. And I had to actually get it out at an angle to apply pressure to whatever this thing was threaded into on the bottom. So I'm going to take this plate out, this bracket here, and see what's going on underneath. But first I have to repair this motor mount. Alright, so I just cleaned up the passenger side engine mount, and we're gonna let this dry so then we can go ahead and fill this in. So while we wait for the engine mount to dry up, I'm gonna go ahead and try to bleed these brakes by myself. I went ahead and got this one-man brake bleeder. So I just got finished with the rear passenger side, and I didn't record because I was just trying to figure out how to do this, and I didn't make a mistake to where I installed this hose, this piece of hose on the bottom of the cap, and then without looking I installed the top hose on the other breather side, which what it did was it just started squirting brake fluid everywhere. So if you use one of these, make sure you go straight through with the tubing. Basically you just have to remove this brake bleeder valve rubber cap if you even have them. Put this on there, pick the one that fits the tightest. Well, actually let me crack it open first. If I can. Jeez, these things usually come off easy. Oh, this one's really on there. Right now, install this on here. Get this back on there. Put this here just in case. Now I'm gonna crack this open to where I know the fluid should start flowing. And then I'm just gonna go inside and start pumping the brakes. You can see the fluids coming out and the bubbles, so I have to keep pumping. But I'm gonna go add some more to the reservoir to make sure we don't run dry. And with the brakes done, now we can go ahead and start on those motor mounts again. So here's the engine mount. I basically just put some masking tape underneath, put it on top of something. And I wear gloves for this because last time I didn't, and I got it on my hands. It took about 2.5 days to get this stuff off. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna work. If you get some somewhere you don't need it, you can always just cut it off with a razor blade or something. That's basically it. Now let's get the other motor mounts out. You know what they say, you're not having fun unless you're breaking parts. So while trying to get out the rear engine mount, which has resulted to be super difficult, I noticed that this piece coming from the heater core was leaking from underneath. And it looks like this was just rotted and cracked. So I think this is this hose right here. Yeah, I'll have to install it and see, even though there's a wire that gets connected to this to open and close this valve. I'll have to see if this is too long. Might have to cut it down. I don't know, we'll see. And we'll get to that later. Finally got the rear engine mount out. You can see it was pretty bad also, so we're gonna fix that. This was a pain to get out because it has these walls on each side, so this is like really in there, and you can't just put like a socket through the side and onto the bolt. You have to kind of like drop it in there. What I did was I used my magnet to get the socket close, and then I put my finger as much as I could through the side and got the socket on the bolt. And then yesterday I snapped an extension trying to get the bolt off, so I went out and I got a wobble extension. I had to use this to get down in there, and the only way I could get it at the correct angle was using this wobble extension here. If you're trying to do this and you can't get to that bolt, I mean the little wobble extension, I mean once you got the socket on there, the wobble extension fits perfect. You got to twist it till you get into the socket, and once it clicks, you know you're good, and just remove it. Alright, so all the engine mounts have been reinstalled. So let's see if we can finally finish up these coolant hoses. And here I am from side to side, struggling to get these hoses out, trying not to break anything. So I got this one off. This was rotten. The more I work on this car, the more I wonder how this car made it 10 hours from Alabama back here without any issues at all, not even a small coolant leak or anything. I'm just going to clean this up, maybe paint it, I'm not sure. And then I'm going to try to get to that one that looks like it's going to be a pain in the back there underneath the intake. So I got all the hoses out. I'm guessing this one is this one. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but this last one I took out, it has this shape right here, and then it kind of just does this. So I'm not sure if I have to cut some of this off. I'll see you guys after I reinstall all this. So I've installed all the coolant hoses that came with the kit that I got, except for the one that connects to the heater core valve that I just ordered. So I'm still waiting on the heater valve. The heater valve. Once that arrives, I'll get that installed, but it doesn't arrive till next week.
So we probably will not be starting this up in this episode.
That's not the outcome I was hoping for these videos. And before I run the bloopers, please remember to go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Check out my previous videos. And go ahead and check out my Patreon page. It's free to sign up. You don't need to donate anything. So I'll see you guys next time.
Let's try to get these brakes bleed. Oh, which I'm trying to find here. Where the heck did I put it?
But please go ahead. That's not the outcome I was hoping for this video. Go ahead and check out my and before the bloopers, that's what I was supposed to say.